The outlook the next couple of days is going to be spectacular, leading through Wednesday and into Thanksgiving Day. Mild and dry, and highs by Thanksgiving afternoon may very well be creeping into the upper 50s. More sunshine, especially tomorrow, looking like a very bright and brilliant day Wednesday. We just saw that sunset about 30 minutes ago, slipped below the horizon. We still have a nice little hint of twilight that's glowing in the southwest skies. 51 degrees, what a great feeling afternoon. The winds were lighter. That air still very dry and without any clouds in the sky. We easily did reach to 50 or warmer for most areas. Now we are dipping back into the 40s and eventually low 30s and mid to upper 20s by tomorrow morning. And a good bit of advice, if you're on the go the next couple of days, make sure you have that free WTOL 11 weather app along with you. One of my favorite features, you could select your location or your destination, and it gives you that same great hour-by-hour forecast if you're going to be traveling. Travel does look great over the next several days. Wednesday, our outlook is looking at 30s in the morning, 50s by the afternoon, and we could be looking at mid to upper 50s with a warm end to the day. And it's this area of high pressure that's going to keep the eastern half of the United States very quiet. Some showers along the Gulf Coast, but many major cities are going to be very dry and pleasant through Wednesday and Thursday. Still have 50 for Fremont, 51 in Tiffin, 52 in Findlay. A little cooler north of the Maumee River. There's many areas that dip back into the 40s, and I do expect it's going to get cold quickly again tonight with lighter winds. I expect we'll be back into the 20s by 8 a.m., already rebounding back through the lower 30s, and highs by tomorrow afternoon. Take a look at this. 4 p.m., if you're just wrapping up work for the week and looking to get a jump on the holiday travel, mid to upper 50s, just shy of 60 degrees down to the south. And I do expect we're going to be very warm on Thanksgiving Day. Upper 50s, and could we do it? A few areas down toward Findlay, Ottawa, Defiance. Possibility we could head towards 60 degrees on Thanksgiving Day. Add to that the sunshine and dry weather we're going to have all day Wednesday. It is going to be very pleasant Wednesday for any regional travel. I-75 all the way south into Kentucky looking great, and I-90 or 80 either direction, east or west, also looking very nice. Dry weather through Thanksgiving Day. Clouds will increase late in the day, but I do expect we will stay dry. Look at that sun tomorrow. It warms us up from a cold start to the day, mid to upper 50s through the afternoon, and we'll stay in the upper 50s as we go into Thanksgiving Day for a dry and warmer outlook. Extended 10-day forecast keeps us dry through Thanksgiving. Next chance of showers is going to be Friday morning. I expect there are going to be brief light showers, dry Friday night, dry much of the day Saturday. Saturday late in the day is when that next chance of rain will come into the area. And I do expect we're going to be looking at highs eventually reaching toward the upper 40s as we get into Sunday and Monday. And I do expect dry conditions with another front that comes in as we go into the middle of next week. Highs right around 54 degrees as we go into Wednesday. So we're going to be looking ahead to the winter season as we've been doing much of this week. And we've got another year of La Nina. But what does that mean? And how does it help us understand exactly what type of winter season we're going to be seeing? Meteorologist Diane Phillips breaks down how this may play into our winter snowfall.
We are in store for a moderate La Nina this winter. And does that mean our winter is going to be looking like this with all of this snow? Well, I thought I would look at some weather data to see really how this is going to work out for us. And I started by looking at some of the top snowiest winter seasons and what phase then we were in when we had all of that snow. So 5 of those seasons we were in El Nino, 4 of them were in neutral, and 3 of them were in La Nina. Overall, looking at this data, you're going to see it's fairly balanced. That's just kind of how our weather patterns work. But the one part to consider is out of these 12 is the strength. So 4 of them in that neutral category. Then we also had another 4 that were in a weak El Nino phase. And as far as La Nina, only 1. But as I take a step back here, you'll see that 75% of our winter seasons, of the 12 snowiest winter seasons, were either in a weak phase of El Nino, La Nina, or in the neutral phase. Now, it's important to look, though, at the patterns that we have, because when we have El Nino, you see kind of drier, warmer weather. That really doesn't signal snow. But then when we have La Nina, you can kind of see a little more of a wetter pattern. And then finally, in that neutral, we have wet and cold coming together. But the biggest takeaway is where your jet stream is. El Nino and La Nina are big drivers as far as where that jet stream that carries all of our winter storms are going to go. But when you're talking either a weak phase of El Nino or La Nina, you end up with something similar to the neutral phase, where we have the wet and the cold starting to come together really close to the Ohio Valley, which means we are going to be looking at a chance for some potentially snowy winter weather season. So now we have that moderate La Nina for this year. Looking back at the data, it doesn't look like we're going to have a look like this. We're probably more than likely going to see something that looks like this, because out of our snowiest of winter seasons, none of them have occurred during a moderate La Nina. Reporting in studio, meteorologist Diane Phillips, WTOL 11.
Oh, those expectations versus reality when we talk about the winter season, but La Nina is going to be a bigger driver. How about you check out more of this? WTOL 11 Plus. Want you to download that. You can check it out Amazon Fire Stick or on your Roku. We have got so much content there related to our winter weather outlook, winter weather special, but also Climate Friday details and our weekly weather hangout. You could find it exclusively on WTOL 11 Plus. It is a way that we could give you a free avenue to dive deeper into what we could talk about or have limited time to talk about sometimes on the TV screen.
We don't really get that many inches in the winter, but we do have some significant storms, like 2 or 3 a winter.
And one of the things that we said to watch out in that winter weather outlook yesterday, and you could catch that on WTOL 11 Plus, is watch out for the second half of the winter season. Diane mentioned it there. La Nina tends to energize the jet stream, especially as we go into the month of February.
I was counting blessings a couple of days early, watching what Notre Dame got during their football game this past weekend, and then, of course, knowing what Cleveland and Buffalo got. So we're tucked right in there in a good spot.
We're in a nice little pocket in the Great Lakes region. We do get a lot of brighter days and a lot more sunshine, so we're thankful for that.
Absolutely.